All right, let's talk about money. Not the fun part, like earning it, but the part where you try to figure out where it all, well, goes. We're going to dive into some seriously smart tech, stuff that's probably already on your phone, that can turn you into a pro at managing your cash. Let's do this.
You know that feeling, right? Payday hits, you're feeling good, you're living your life, and then maybe a week or two later, you brave a look at your bank balance.
And it's just gone. It's like your money just evaporated into thin air. Well, guess what? Today, we are going to crack that case wide open for good.
So yeah, we're calling it the money mystery. But the best part? It's a mystery you can actually solve, and way more easily than you think, especially when you've got the right tools.
And look, if you're in Australia, especially if you're Gen Z, it's time to ditch the old ways. Seriously, forget about those complicated spreadsheets. There's a whole new generation of tools out there, and they're all about giving you instant control.
Okay, so let's introduce the hero of our story, your AI budget. And no, this isn't some far-off sci-fi thing. It's a real practical sidekick for your money, right now.
So what is AI budgeting? Well, think of it like a personal finance detective that works just for you. It uses artificial intelligence to do all the boring stuff automatically. You know, the tracking, the sorting, the number crunching. That way, you get to just see what's actually going on.
Right, artificial intelligence can sound a little intimidating, but honestly, how these apps actually work is super straightforward. Let's break it down.
Okay, so first up, you securely link your bank account. That's step one. Then the magic happens. The AI just takes over, automatically sorting everything you spend into categories: groceries, transport, you name it. Then it starts giving you a heads up with real-time alerts and even some personalized tips based on your spending habits.
So you might get a little ping on your phone that says something like this. And look, the app isn't judging you for your coffee addiction. It's just showing you a pattern, something you probably wouldn't have noticed on your own. It puts the choice in your hands. Maybe that $100 on coffee is totally worth it to you. Or maybe you'd rather see that money go towards something else.
All right, so just seeing where your money goes is huge. But the real game changer, that's when you take that knowledge and turn it into action. This is the part where you go from just spending to actively saving for the stuff you really want. And really, this is the whole point, isn't it? When you can actually see where every dollar is going, you can start building smarter habits. You get way more aware, you cut down on those random impulse buys, and you can start putting money towards the big stuff, like a trip, paying off debt, or even dipping your toes into investing. This is what it feels like to actually be in control.
So, what are your options in Australia? Well, there are a few big ones, and they're all a bit different. Frollo, for example, is awesome if you're all about setting and hitting goals. If you're a visual person who needs to see charts and graphs, Pocketbook is your jam. WeMoney is cool because it adds a community vibe. And Rise? That's perfect if you just want to invest your spare change without even thinking about it. Kind of like a set it and forget it deal.
All right, so we've talked about how it's smart and how it's simple. But now let's hit the most important question of all. Is it actually safe?
Because, let's be real, this is probably the #1 thing on your mind. I mean, you're linking your bank account to an app. You absolutely should be asking if your information is safe. And the answer is a very clear and simple yes. These apps use what's called bank-grade security. That means they use the exact same level of heavy-duty encryption that your own bank uses to keep your money safe.
This is all thanks to a system in Australia called the Consumer Data Right. You might hear it called open banking. The most important thing to know is that it puts you in the driver's seat. You decide who gets to see your data, you decide how they use it, and you can pull the plug at any time. It's your data, your control, period. So, when you boil it all down, that's the real deal with AI budgeting. It's not about being restrictive or boring. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge. It takes all the stress and the grunt work out of it, so you can just take charge. And I guess that's the bottom line. Your phone is smart, your watch is smart, your TV is smart. You use tech for literally everything else in your life. So, isn't it time your money was smart too?